Now, Gambia's President Adam Barrow is expected to address the United Nations General Assembly via video link on Thursday. With the United States opening the general debate on Tuesday, world leaders are taking turns to discuss global challenges and realities. Some use this platform to settle scores with rival nations. Here are more details of that in this report.
For many years, the issue of UN Security Council reforms comes up at every UN General Assembly debate, usually led by small and disadvantaged member states. The Gambian president is expected to address this issue once more, as he did in previous addresses. Reform of the UN Security Council has been on top of the agenda in Gambians' participation in international politics, with ex-President Yahya Jammeh joining rising calls for reforms in the last 2 decades. Over the last 20 years, calls have been increasing for the United Nations to adopt reforms that are in line with current global challenges and realities, especially from smaller nations. During a General Assembly plenary of the 73rd session in November 2018, member states of the United Nations called for the removal of the veto power. They also want the United Security Council to be expanded to include new permanent seats. Currently, China, France, Russia, and the United Kingdom and the United States hold permanent seats and the powers of veto in the United Security Council. These states are known to have used and continue to use their veto powers to overrule the adoption of draft resolutions, a process other member states want abolished as part of proposed reforms of the Security Council. On other issues, the Gambian president is expected to speak on the global COVID-19 outbreak, as many leaders would call for more concerted efforts and drawing lessons from this pandemic to better tackle global health challenges. Reporting 5 News, I am Amadou Kante.
Acha, mu ngi noonu ñu delso ñaawru just 1 minute comment. What are you expecting from the president tonight?
To be realistic and to be very frank, I'm not expecting anything from him. Because if the president cannot tell his own countrymen what he has in store for them during his State of the Nation address, what would I expect anything different from what he will tell the United Nations? He cannot tell his development partners anything. He has shot himself in the foot. You cannot have something that you orchestrate and it fails woefully. What are the agendas of this 2016 coalition government? Even in front of the United Nations Assembly, they said security sector reform, democratization, and this new Gambia. Going forward, what has happened in all these three? 22nd December was a coup d'etat against democratization and the way forward and the new Gambia.
Okay.
Previously, his statement on COVID-19 shows that they have no direction. They have no trajectory in overcoming the pandemic, that is COVID-19. So they don't have plan. What they are good at is telling stories that have passed. So I don't expect anything new for only Gambia will be behind us, because we don't have somebody who will go there, tell people, tell the entire world
again,
what the Gambia needs.
like you said, you probably do not expect anything. But then, as the president, as he has been doing, in previous years, probably again he will tell his colleagues or the world leaders that the progress that have been made in terms of our, democracy and also, empowering rule of law, the transformation that we are talking about. Of course, he issued a Janneh Commission, of course, the TRC, and now the draft probably might have failed, but there could be a way out.
My honorable gentleman in the studio, I want us to be realistic here. Let's not be beating about the bush. When you start a democratization process, it starts with security sector reform. The country, the military men and the policemen here are not even responsible for key installation security in this country. So where does the reform start? When it comes to the democratization process, it starts with the constitution.
Okay.
The campaign slogan and the promises that were made to international partners we'll have a new constitution that will replace the draconian 1997 self-perpetuated enshrined by a dictator.
Okay.
You still opt to choose that for the better one.
Thank you very much. You know what? I know we have more to talk about this, but for now, thank you very much for your time. It was good to have you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
This one is short, but